It comes out of a love of music originally, and I first came over to Australia in the early 90s and spent quite a few years here organising parties in warehouses, which I did for I think about 4 years. And from my experience of doing that, really understood how it was to get a team of people together and creatively inspire people to come to a space and energise it, I guess. And I found it was something that I loved doing. And I went back to the UK because I'm UK born, and that would have been in '94, I think. And whilst over there, I went to Glastonbury Festival, which was the first festival I'd ever been to, and just completely opened my eyes to I guess what's possible to create a space and create an event for people. Just walking into this festival and seeing, I think there was about 80,000 people there that year, and everything was contained within the fence. Everything you wanted, it was a completely different world, and really left there and went, right, that's what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do with my life. Took me about 10 years from '94 to 2004 before I did the first festival. And during that time I developed an interest in sustainability, mainly from just looking at the resources that we've got on the planet and looking at the speed at which we're using them up and really doing the maths on it and getting quite concerned by how those maths looked like they were going to work out. And felt really obligated to try and create awareness and do my bit to create some change around the speed at which we were using our resources. And I actually spent a couple of years moving away from the dream of putting on a festival. I went and started studying for an environmental management degree. I took a permaculture design certificate, which was, I guess that was where it all started, my awareness started on sustainability. But always inside of me there was the drive and the passion to build a festival, and my love of music and my love of making people smile, I think. It came to me one day that actually a festival is the most perfect place to bring people and to educate them, because you take them to a space that they relax and they're open to new ideas, and you can present things to them. And it was kind of uncanny from the moment that idea came to me, the whole thing just naturally flowed. I found a group of people to come and work on the first one. There was only 3 of us, me and 2 friends who I talked into it. I don't think they knew what they were in for. I'm still doing that now, talking people into things that they don't know what they're in for. And we just came up with the idea. We said, okay, let's do a festival, let's make it focus on sustainability. This was in 2004. Let's have education there, let's see how we can minimise the impact of the festival on the land that it's on. And it was really not a common way of looking at it then. When you talk to people about it, they said, you're mad, why would you do that with a festival? But I knew it was a good idea. And so we did the first one. We got 1,000 people came along to it, which surprised all of us. We were expecting sort of 300 or 400. And we learnt an enormous amount. I stepped into that knowing nothing about, I'd never put a band on a stage before. I remember my production manager, Felix, who's still our production manager, coming to me 2 weeks out and saying, where are the stage plots, Matt? And me saying, what's a stage plot? So we managed to work our way through that, and grew pretty quickly. We grew through to the 2nd and 3rd year, and then to our 4th year, which was a year that we actually had to cancel the event 9 days out, which was an interesting learning experience. One that I never want to go through again. And went into 2008 with a really good understanding. I think that's the festival that you see now really started from 2008 with the knowledge that we got in those first 3 years, and then the resetting that came from cancelling in 2007 gave us the ability to organise a very well managed, fantastic event, which the festival has been since 2008. I mean, it's always been a really good event, but now it's a very professionally well managed, quality event. I think the thing that makes Peats different, apart from the sustainability element of it, is the fact that it's It's very much driven by passion, so everybody that works on the event is extremely passionate about what they do. Last year, for example, we had, I think it was 8,500 people on site, and off those 8,500 people, 3,500 people were working on the event. So I think that's quite unusual to have a festival where you have that many people that are actually putting their energy into the event, whether that be musical performers or artistic theatrical performers, our huge volunteer crew that we have working on the event, all the staff, the stall holders, really a massive amount of people. Our decor team, for example, got about 45 people, I think, working on our decor team this year. And they're on site, they're working in the months leading up to the festival, and then on site, and they're just building and manufacturing and creating what you see at the festival, all this amazing decor, mainly from recycled material. But really it's about finding really good quality acts, and often unknown acts. Probably about 50% of the acts that perform at Peats Ridge, the patrons don't know. But people love the discovery, because the feedback I always get is just discovered some amazing bands there, some amazing art. So it's this really amazing mix of sustainability, passion, discovery, music, art, all in a beautiful venue. And I think it creates one very unique festival. I don't think there's that many festivals like it. Sustainability is an attitude, I think. It's a way of looking at things. I mean, I can look at really key things that we do. For example, the whole event is run on renewable energy, and that has been since 2005. We're still the only major event in Australia that's run on 100% renewable energy. And when I first looked at that, I wanted to do that from the first year in 2004, but there wasn't any way of doing it. You can't run an event the size of a major festival on solar. So it has to be on generators, so it has to be on biodiesel powered generators. Because often in sustainable events, when you're trailblazing, there's not really a way of doing it because nobody's done it that way before, so you have to go out and source the ways of doing it. But what's nice about that is we give that information away through our website, so other events can look at the way we do things and adopt those practices. What really inspires me about the festival is that passion, so inspiring people to their passions. And the more you can do that, the more you learn about doing that, the more amazing the event you create for people that attend. So for me, it's about working out how teams work, working out how to give people what they need to fulfil their passions. That's really what Peats Ridge is about, I think. But very happy with the way it's growing. It's growing at its own pace. The best thing about Peats Ridge for me is walking around and seeing everybody smiling.